Greetings, thanks for joining us on this broadcast. Okay, this is going to be about Zeta Grays. Zetas in China, go into that a little bit more. I had a little bit of a download yesterday about it and see if they were willing to reveal anything else about their connection. So this is going to from Anunnaki to tall whites to Zetas. So yeah, this is clearing, always for the Zetas to clear out their stuff. Um, going to what is it? Fake invasion. Well, I don't think they're going to do it now, but I believe they are doing something somewhere. It's on the cards somewhere. Doesn't mean they're going to do it, but it just feels like they're it's on the table somewhere. So who knows? It might not. It might just be might be nothing. Who knows? It doesn't really matter. So it's like anything after the election, then anything can go. But right now, it's all politics as usual. What was there? Yeah, timelines. Yeah, they kind of did timelines. I've been seeing different. It's like I've been feeling like where the timelines are shifting recently. Like when it goes to Biden and it goes to Trump, it's been weird. I've never experienced anything like that before. Instead of just thinking it's all going one way to Trump, I'm feeling the fluctuations of timelines is very bizarre. It's not something I've connected to and never seen anything like that in the past. So that's I don't know if that's a trick, but it's something new. All right. All right, we'll just go into it. Yeah, we're gonna get to the Zeta. Yeah, we'll go into the Zeta stuff. A little bit more. What I got a brief download yesterday on it, but it's a quick update. Something I update I don't remember is ivantar.com. Our private sessions scheduled. Speak. Google has Zoom and chat on my phone. I have the shop here. I'm on day 8. I'm on the 8th of October, I believe. Something around that. Yeah, around that. Same situation here. I have to sign up for the webinar, social network, Rabbit, early access. And I have the dating site. It just came out. Actually, I have to admit, this design is really good. If anybody understands how to use it, it's another story. So, it's probably one of the better designs I came up with. So, it had like I kind of got pushed to do that again. So, by the other beings. So, it seemed like a good idea. Somebody's asking for it. Let's put it that way. So, if it works for one person, that's all that matters. So, it has a little bit of a learning curve, but not too much. I'm still adding stuff to it, but it has basic functionality. You just have to play with it a little bit. That's all. All right. Okay. So for the Zetas, I guess I should have put this in the title, but now I'm starting to remember what I was getting into. So, okay, yeah, so we're going to go to different places too, not just Zeta. Now I'm starting to remember everything. It's been a long day. Anyway, Thursdays are rough, so this will be interesting. Not that the others are, but this will be welcome to the world. All right, yeah, just keep an open mind. It's all about keeping an open mind. Believe it or what, who cares? I mean, it's information. Take your whatever. It's not hurting anybody. It's not going to stunt your growth or anything like that. So, with the Zetas, obviously there's different points of view. But when you look at a Zeta Gray, I'm not going to show one. You can look it up. Imagine that people know what they look like. There's some that look insectoid-like. So you can say some, I believe, said that they come from insectoids or they're put together as insectoids. However you want to look at it, everybody has their own point of view, which is fine because there's many points of view. But I believe the Zetas that did come from an insectoid race, but not completely. But when I was connecting to this, it's like they're now I don't have 100% of this, obviously, but they're allowing some stuff to open up a little bit. Like I mean, I believe that Zetas are one of the early human forms in the universe. One of them, not the not the one of the first, because they are humanoid. Not like us, but two arms, two legs, fingers, and probably there's a ton of other beings out there that I've never heard of. But I'm gonna go by what we have. I'm just working with what we got. But also, it feels like, well, either way, yeah, you can't make anybody happy on this, but they're one of the early human connections. Let's put it that way. And yeah, they're like a Frankenstein monster. You put it together, and it either works out well or they're nuts, kind of like us. So yeah, it plays a part. There's something else I'm going to show in China I forgot about, but we'll jump into that in a second. So yeah, like they're like free. Anytime you create something that's new, it's going to be fucked up in some ways, and that's the Zeta. Of course, there's other beings involved, which would explain a lot why the Zetas are the way they are. Like a reptilian humanoid calls on a Zeta to do their dirty work because Zetas are freaking nuts. So look at it that way. And just for educational purposes. So while I was connecting to that, they're kind of giving me a little downloads, but obviously keep open mind. There's much more to the picture, but either way, it's something's better than nothing. And so what I know of like the Elohim, like they're aliens. I mean, everything's an alien basically. Even angels are aliens. So the Elohim, part of the creating process, a creator being basically. The energy I got from them, I'm just gonna throw this out. It's kind of humorous actually. It was like I'm not sure anybody's gonna find this funny, but so you have like a cat, a lion or a tiger on a planet. It's just lions and tigers just running around doing what the hell. They're not humanoid yet. So you have an Elohim being come in and do experiments, like take them, grab a bunch of them, and obviously redo their whole biology and add arms and legs to them and keep the soul there too that was there. Obviously agreed to it. Obviously, this isn't exactly how it works, but it's kind of like a quick rundown. It's like, here, you got arms and legs. Now you're humanoid. Have fun with that. it's like, I'm not saying this happened exactly, but it feels like they or somebody put a bunch of felines, turned them into humans, and just left. Which I have to admit does sound like something somebody would do, actually. So now they're humanoid. It's like, okay, now what do we do with this? So you have cat people that are humanoid, and probably weirdo somewhere, who knows, whatever. But that was kind of funny. So I figured I'd put that out there. So to go back to the Zetas for a second. See if I got this right. So this is nothing new. The ghost cities of it's like I think 5 or 3. They're like huge in China. And this is something a Zeta would do. All this is Zeta. It's an experiment. I mean, of course, you can probably say there's reptilian energy there, but there's still something a Zeta would do. Well, Illuminati energies, obviously. I guess that's in China. No, that's Madrid. Yeah, interesting. So yeah, it's always gonna. That's something. Like I say, never gonna be. I mean, there are ghost cities on Zeta worlds, and they're experimenters. They're always working on things. So you say more of their positive side went to Japan, but not exactly, especially during World War II when Japanese would knock everybody out. So that's more the darker Zeta. There's probably other beings involved with that too, but you can't blame the Zetas for everything. But other way. All right, that's a quick. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. yeah, I had a connection with him last night. I was quite, I'm surprised I remember all this. And obviously, there's probably more to the story, but say, just put it out there, and puzzle piece of a million other pieces. But another thing, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but yeah, what I felt from them was from the Zetas is you say Atlanteans, whatever. They're not going into details, but they're part of shutting down telepathy. So you have Zeta Greys that are just shut down the crown chakra, shut down telepathy on the human. Atlantean, I can see it on the Atlantean, but they're not saying anything. But obviously, they shut it off on us. So it disconnects people from each other, and it disconnects you from spirit. It does a big, it's a big cutoff. So I believe the Zetas had a big part in that. And yeah, that was pretty wicked when you think about it. But so yeah, there's layers and layers. That's what I'm saying. There's different layers. There's layers of. I mean, we have layers here already of mysteries, and I'm just putting this out there to. I mean, who knows? But just putting it out there is something to think about because I feel the negative Zeta. Oh, this is all about the negative Zetas. They're just lost their freaking minds. But all right, we connect to the Zeta Collective also, and see where that goes. Obviously, it feels like they are trying to heal their race at this time. Doesn't mean they're going to put on the chopping block, but they've been ever since I've connected them, they've always had a block. I connected them a little bit, but I have no idea what the hell they're up to. For as long as I've been doing this, I have no idea. They just block everything. They're probably the most blocked beings out there. You have Syrian, you have Palladian, you have Syrian or Arturian. You can get some idea of what they're doing, but the Zeta is purely just nothing, static. I mean, here and there you might get some idea, military stuff like that. But, so, all right. Greetings. We are the Zeta Council. Greetings. Yes, we are a neutral group that was speaking to you recently, yesterday or today. Yes, there is much Zeta energies in your politics, as some of you know. We are just going to lay it out for you. Not just in that subject matter, but just lay it out. But of course, yes, they're causing a lot of mind manipulation blockages. As yes, Zeta plays a big role of why people forget certain things. They have yes, you call it a grid. They have technology, but it's most likely a grid. It's in your energy field of this planet. It's like you think of a certain word or keyword, and then all of a sudden it gets pulled out of your mind. It's kind of like a Google, but alien Google search. It's what they're allowing here. So wonder why you get a blockage. They play a role, not the full role, but others do. Even spirit plays a role in that because not everything is need to be known. It's like they control the thought patterns of society. And some of you probably feel that. It's like, why can't we think further than where we are? Why can't we go further? Why can't we have the capabilities, it's there. But when you try to think, you hit a block. That has a lot to do with the Zeta grid that's here. There's, once again, other beings that are doing the same thing. Yes, it's removing thoughts and ideas, sentences, or just subject matters altogether. Now, it works on a day-to-day basis. Some days it's okay to think like this. Other days it's not. Some days it's okay to connect to Zetas, and other days it's not. They'll shut it down. Why is it so hard to connect? And you just get grabbing at straws. We'll just use it for example. So this being released, you can think about anything. Now you can. Now many of you probably feel it's like I can probably think about anything, but I do feel blocked. Many of you probably feel there's a blockage there somewhere. Yeah, there are many blockages, as you can see. That has a lot to do with yes, your direction. It's not only yes, it is manipulation, but it also has to do with timelines where you're heading. Yes, you're going into more of a 5D energy. Just some of you get there sooner than others, as you know. And many are already going through difficulties as it is just for being here. Because remember your star seed self. And being a human is not easy. It is practically impossible to be human. It's like, where's my spaceship? Many of those that are looking for your spaceship are already in the fourth dimension. Doesn't mean you've mastered this world and all its lessons, but you've had enough of it and you feel like I've learned enough. And there's nothing wrong with that idea system. But many of you that are looking away off this planet, I feel like you've done what you need to do here. So what's the next plan? Where's the next doorway? And it's a long hallway to what you're looking for. As for alien disclosure, your fake alien invasion, it is on the books. Yes. Now they're going to talk about being deployed. No. Or give you a date. Not necessarily. But you are kind of going into that phase of alien reality, as you can see. This is nothing new for me. Yes, it is slow as molasses, but you're seeing now if you're patient enough, and yes, you might run out of patience, but I don't think many of you have much of a choice now, do you? And it's not us in charge of this. That has a lot to do with the human consciousness. Of course, many feel that's not true, but so your growth hormones into the galactic is getting stronger. So the more that you want it, it shows the closer you're actually getting to it. So yes, alien sightings are most likely to increase in your next year. In some ways, that's kind of a hint to where things are going. And your current pandemic situation is going to play out the drama that needs to. Yes, for the longevity as necessary. But many of you can bypass it, work around it, make it. I want to use the word work for you, but I think you understand of be able to manage it. And of course, the belief system that goes into it as ever, however you want to look at. So yes, there's many alien beings, even Palladian. Of course, there's many beings that are involved with your politics, of course. Well, it has a lot to do with the alien energies coming more into your environment, helping you connect. Well, depending on the alien race, but we are here to help you connect. For you to be the leaders of your world instead of a few people being the leaders of your world. But it's not something that happens overnight. As yes, there are many Zetas that have plagued your planet through your past, through their DNA, because you have their DNA. Some of you really have it. Not everyone has it to a certain. Yes, you have your Palladian human, your Syrian human, your feline humans, your canine humans, and you have your Zeta humans. But Zeta did play a big role in your internal how your body works. They actually played quite a role in it, or we played a role in it, of how, just how the organs work. You copy it from other beings, of course, and you make it your own here. So it does the same thing. It's called something different here, but it does the same thing as it does on other worlds, of course. Body energies are much different in other places. So some of the Zetas here, yes, come here with agendas, as you know. Some of them are to hijack your government. Why some of the Zeta interactions even happen was to scare your government too. First to get your government intrigued, but then it was to take it over. As many of you know. But eventually that would be, of course, it's not being disclosed by government entities, no, because that's part of the manipulation. Yes, it will most likely come from another place of disclosure. Now, if you have your fake invasion, that's a different story. But for a true alien, let's put this: a true alien disclosure without the manipulations of your government and fake this of more realism. The alien species, first off, scans the energies of who they're going to connect to. Many of you, they're connecting to you since you were born, and they connect to your ancestors too. So those of you that get your contact, they already know not everything about you, but they have, they know your skill set, your energies. They know enough for alien contact. They know how you can handle it mentally also. It's something that they know instantly, usually, is how you handle their energies, but they have to be they have to know you for them to show up. They can't just fly around their ship, oh, there's that person. I mean, they can, but it doesn't help you anymore. The idea is to help you. So when them connecting with you, it can be a Zeta, it can be a Palladian, it can be a Syrian, whatever it is. They just know your vibration. And it's a connection astral too, you can say. And eventually it comes out into the public when the time is right. It's like you see your family, your long lost family. As some of you you're already connected to. If those that you wish for a disclosure, a alien ship to land in your backyard, so you have a connection there. You already have the awakening there. It just you don't have your ship, you don't have your alien beings, but you are. So you have partial disclosure in your mind, which can be vicious because you're not having the full experience. You know something is there, but you don't remember it. But it shows that there is an alien connection. Some of you are connected to several alien species, not just one, which makes life even harder. So it's like, where's my disclosure? Where's my alien ship if nobody's here? You're just so you can feel it, but you don't see it. And many of you, some of you have insectoid beings connected to. Those are always humorous. There's not your average disclosure beings, but they are known to be in ships and to land on planets and connect with humans or any being of that sort. So, why disclosure is not occurring, I believe some of you already know. It has a lot to do with the rules of your Earth. As you know, some of you still have difficulties with that. Your Pentagon knows but only so much. And your majestic 12s and all only know so much too. They can't control everything. Well, they can enforce, yes. So the idea of why aliens are not fully showing themselves in the physical is to keep peace with your planet. And sometimes so I find that difficult to believe, but that's for you to. But the reason why there's no alien energies here is just when the time is right. When it's a mutual connection. It's like having an alien show up and it's like having grandparents show up out of the blue or a friend. And it's like sometimes it can disturb it quite a bit. Now, some of you are looking forward to that, we understand. But there are galactic regulations we have to go by. Because it can cause the alien race a lot of difficulties. And it's like you're working towards this goal and you make a stupid decision by connecting to humans too soon and you derail everything. You go to the back of the line. Your likelihood to connect to humans again is not very high. So that's why there's a quietness there. It's never going to be too clear right now. Of course not. We're letting you do your thing. You have an election. You don't need yeah, exactly. Do you need an alien right now? Some of you, it is beyond. Yes, we understand that. The majority of your society is not asking for one. So that's why disclosure, yes, documentaries and all this come about. We'll disclose. So basically, what we're getting at, there will be slow disclosure warm-ups for our arrival. Like you're feeling like one sign, there's another sign. I'm not going to say what those signs are. We get a sign after sign after sign, and it will go for some time. Doesn't mean it's going to be ships in the skies either. You just start to feel like something's changed in the energy field. Something's different that wasn't there before. and then something will occur. It's like a warm up. Not saying what the warm up means, how it's going to happen, but we're just saying it's a warm up. Give you a little bit more understanding. Now, us talking about this is kind of saying something, isn't it? So it's simple but complicated. As many of you, yeah. What does your human collective say? I know, I know what you're saying, but your human collective is still backtracking. So we are saying one scenario is basically for your human collective. It's like you hear UFO information. You're already having that now in your media here and there, right? So yeah, so kind of information drops in your media little by little by little. It's like this is strange. Why are we getting all this UFO information for no reason? Something's and then something bizarre will happen and another anomaly will happen. We're not saying what, and another anomaly is like, huh, these things don't normally happen. So we're giving you a slight clue of how it could go down. So we're not saying it's going to be a worldwide phenomenon, no. But we're just saying that there will be signs before anything comes. So now for us speaking like this, I don't believe many of you heard us speak like this or anybody speak like this. Not like this. No, we're not. Yes, we're not. We're not saying it's going to happen. So we're just giving you something to think about, something to look for. Now realize we're not giving you the full story for obvious reasons, but the likelihood of human and alien connecting is, yes, always strengthening. But give you an exact timeline is impossible. For now, at least. So, yes, your Zeta ancestors or your current family here, yes, is a heavy presence. Not all of us are difficult to deal with. But there are some that are, yes. That's where you learned a lot of your ways from the Zeta. You also learn compassion. You've learned to separate yourselves from each other. That's the Zeta manipulation. It's reptilian. Reptilians are normally want you to all connect and be maybe not connect spiritually, but it's okay for all to have a gang and warfare and cults. They seem to not mind that so much. The Zeta energies, they want to separate you, split you apart, make life more difficult. It's just you're less likely to awaken. And the reptilians agreed with that. It's not something they would normally do. Reptilians, as harsh as they can be, can't have a humanity side to themselves, a humane side. They actually do care. Like they'll kill you, but they'll kill you in honor. I think some of you have an idea. Some of them have left that, but a Zeta has a way of putting a world together, but also to separate it. But sometimes you need a world that's separated for what you're here to learn. The negative zetas here are also teaching you about the universe. I believe this is mentioned also. So it's like it's a positive and a negative at the same time. It's education, and now this doesn't make them look better, but it gives you understanding. Like you always hear, like the villain always has a reason why they do things, why they act the way. In their mind, they're doing the right thing, but when you're experiencing it, when your body isn't operating correctly, when you feel your mind has lost your mind, you're not thinking, you don't have no freedom in your life, that's a Zeta manipulation. Yes, the false idea of freedom, the two-party, well, that's other beings involved with it, but all the alien beings that cause difficulties, not naming names, they all kind of grab all the difficulties and put it all together, as you experience here in your world. It's all one big batch, isn't it? Some places are worse, yes. The reason why China is going through an energy fluctuation. It's going through upgrades, downgrades. It's all over. There is a major reptilian presence there. As many of you already know, it's not just a Zeta presence, but a lot of reptilians. Some of the reptilians want to leave this planet. that have been here hidden for someone. I'm going to leave. They can't, but they want to. Doesn't that sound familiar for some of you? Yes, there are refugees here. They're not seen. I know we talk about it, but you don't see it. Trust me, when you see it, you can't unsee that, as you say. So, yeah, it's something out of a movie, but it's also part of your growth. Well, the idea is not there's nothing to be afraid of. I believe many of you have made that understanding. Now, we're not going to say alien disclosure is going to happen now, but speaking about it in this way hopefully will help some of you be welcome to the idea. So, always, of course, follow your feelings. If you feel something is not right, then reject it or do what you wish. Sometimes you don't feel something isn't right. That's because you're just uncomfortable. You're not used to this. Of course, you're going to have nerves. This is beyond anything you have experienced in a very long time. So some of you experience this. Some of you are alien contactees already, not just on this world but other worlds. You've done this before. This is nothing new. So when you come here, this is nothing new. You see an alien being, it's no big deal. But many have not experienced that, or a majority have not. Not like this. No. Some of you, yes, it can be quite intense, but many of you have been through that already, and in other lives. But in this life, some of you have been through your own disclosure. And it's been very difficult, but some of you handled it well, some haven't. So that's all we have at this moment. Blessings.